Good morning student. In our previous period we completed the explanation portion of chapter 1 from our supplementary reader. Okay, and in that we already written the hard words and word meanings of this first chapter 1. Okay, so now we are going to start answer the following questions. So if you have seen that chapter 1 having some questions which are given under the heading of comprehension check. Okay, so firstly we are going to do that comprehension check, answer the following question as it is given. But one thing I want to tell you that I am not going to write down the questions, I am write down directly answers. So you people just note it down the question from your book. Okay, so you have to write down question from your book and then after answer. Yes, so in our book page 3 give heading and then after start writing as we are doing chapter 1 from our supplementary reader. In page 3 comprehension check is given. Yes, so I read it out the question once and then after I start writing answer question. You people note it down from your book and then after write down answer. Okay, comprehension check. Now in this one, so note it down that question from your book. Question 1 it is given that what task do you think were assigned to the dog and the ox. So what the work is given to the dog and the ox. Okay, so write down this question from your book and then write down answer. Answer 1, the dog was asked to fetch and carry things and the ox was assigned the task of plowing the land. Okay, then after question 2. Question 2 is why did the camel live in the middle of the desert? So write down question from your book and then write answer. Question 2, answer 2, the camel lived in the middle of the desert. We have to write down the reason for this, that why? Because he did not want to work. He ate sticks thorns and prickles. Okay, then after next one, question 3. Question 3, it is given that what made the dog, the horse and the ox very angry? Why they all becoming angry? What was the reason? So write down the question from your book and then after note it down. Answer 3. The dog, the horse and the ox had to do extra work while the camel did not work. He did not work. Then after this made them very angry. So this is the reason behind they all are very angry, becoming angry. Then after next one, question 4. So question 4, how did the jinn know that horse was complaining against the camel? Means from which thing that jinn come to know that horse was complaining against the camel? So write down answer 4. The jinn came to know that the horse was complaining against the camel by the way the horse described the camel, then after right answer, continue. Camel, the horse said that there was a thing in the middle of the desert with a long neck and long legs. So the way horse describing the camel, so from that Jin come to know that horse complaining about the camel. Okay. Then after next one, now in the page 5 in our supplementary reader, comprehension check 2 it is given. Okay. So now give heading comprehension check second, which is given in page 5. Now, question 1. The camel was looking at his own reflection in the pool. What does it suggest to you about the camel? So, as camel looking in his own reflection to the pool, in the pool. So, from that, what means you suggesting? What does it suggest by see that view? Okay. Write down question. You have to write down question from your book. Answer 1. The camel was in love with himself, he admired himself from every angle by looking at his reflection. It is called self fascination. he was selfish and could not think beyond himself. Okay, so when camel looking at his own reflection into the pool, so from that what you suggest, okay, what you come to know about the camel. So from that we come to know that he is too proud about his body, we can say. Yes, he love himself more, and and it is, we can say, the self fascination, means he is selfish, yes, and could not think beyond himself. So always he thinking about himself only, not about others. Then after question 2, the camel said hum repeatedly. How did it affect him? So from the starting, as we read it the story, yes, whenever anyone talk with him, he only replied yes. So how that particular word affect him? Write down question first and then you have to write down answer. Answer. In the beginning, by saying, hum. The camel was able to avoid work, but later he was punished for the same. He got a hum on his back and he had to work as well. Yes, then after question 3. Question 3 is, what according to the jinn was the use of the hum? So according to the jinn, what was the use of the hum? Write down question and then answer. Answer 3. The hum of the camel had a purpose that was to use the fat stored within it as nourishment during scarcity of food. In this manner, in this manner, the camel could go without food for 3 days. Okay, so the question is that what according to the gene was the use of the hump? What is the use of the hump? So, hump it is given to the camel had a purpose that was to use the fat stored within it as nourishment during scarcity of food. When there is scarcity, food is not available, or when the camel is not able to find out the food, so at that time in this manner the camel could go without food for 3 days. So whatever the food stored inside the hump, that thing is useful at that time. Okay. Then after question 4, he has never yet learned to behave. In the light of this, what is the writer's opinion about the camel? So the one sentence it is given in the story at the end that he has never yet learned, means in this time also he is from that starting time up to this day, he never yet learned to behave, that how to behave. So in the light of this, what is the writer's opinion about the camel? So from this sentence, what the writer wants to convey the message about camel. Okay. So write down question 4 from your book. You note it down question 4 and then after write down answer. Answer 4. The writer feels that the camel has a high opinion of himself, he does not understand that everybody everybody has to do his or her share of work. Nobody can afford to sit idle. The camel was punished for his irrational behavior, but it seems that he still has not learned his lesson properly as a camel is even now. Write down, continue. After even, now, considered a lazy animal. Okay. So whatever the questions given in comprehension check 2, it's completed. Okay. Now answer the following questions from the exercise. So student, in this period I stop here up to this much. Now further we will continue in our next period. Okay. So revised it, whatever we just now completed, further we will continue in our next period. Thank you. Goodbye.